Hello, and welcome to another second grade episode of Math Matters. I'm Mrs. Hale, and today we're going to learn about place value and rounding. During today's lesson, you will be learning to do the following. I'm learning to determine which 10 a number is closest to, and I am learning to round two-digit numbers to the nearest 10. You will have a chance to reflect on your learning at the end of the lesson. As you are working today, you will also have an opportunity to practice your communication skills by sharing your ideas through writing and creating mathematical representations. Today, you will need paper and a pencil so that you can make those mathematical representations. I'll give you a minute to gather what you need. All right, let's get started today. When you look at this picture, who is the boy in the orange shirt standing closest to? Is he closer to the boy in the green shirt, or is he standing closer to the boy in the blue shirt? And how do you know? The boy in the orange shirt is standing closer to the boy in the blue shirt. We know this because there's not a lot of space or distance between the boy in the orange shirt and the boy in the blue shirt. The boy in the orange shirt is farther away from the boy in the green shirt. There's a lot of distance between the boy in the orange shirt and the boy in the green shirt. Let's look at another one. Now, who is the boy in the orange shirt closest to? And how do you know? He is closest to the boy in the green shirt. There's only a short distance between them. The boy in the blue shirt is further away. Rounding with numbers uses the same idea. We want to find the 10 that is closest to our number. We are going to do some counting together. We're going to count forwards and backwards. Please count with me. We are going to count forwards first, beginning at 19. Now, don't go too fast. Try to stay with my numbers. We're going to count forwards, beginning with 19. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, and stop there. Now we are going to count backwards, beginning at 32. 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, and stop right there. What two tens does 26 come in between? Well, I see 30, that's a 10, and down here there's a 20. So 26 comes between 20 and 30. Which one are we closest to though? And how do you know? 26 is 4 numbers away from 30, and 26 is 6 numbers away from 20. So 26 is closer to 30 than it is to 20. 26 would round to 30. Let's keep going. We're at 26 and we're going to count forwards. Ready? 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, and stop right there. Now we're going to count backwards, beginning at 44. 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, and stop right there. Which tens are 34 closest to, and how do you know? Well, I see there's a 30 and there's also 40. So 34 is between 30 and 40. But which one is 34 closest to? And how do you know? 34 is 4 numbers away from 30, and it is 6 numbers away from 40. So 34 is closer to 30 than it is to 40. When we think about which 10 a number is closest to, we call that rounding. We're going to be thinking about rounding today. What does nearest 10 mean? If we're trying to find the nearest 10 is any multiple of 10, the numbers that you say when you count by tens starting at 0. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, and so on, up to 100. You can also round numbers to the nearest 10 above 100, still counting by tens. 110, 120, 130, 140. But we're going to focus on rounding 2-digit numbers today. You can practice with 3-digit numbers on your own if you'd like. We are going to use some tools today to help us understand rounding. And you have some choices about which tool you would like to use. One idea is a hundreds chart. You may have used a hundreds chart in your classroom at school, but you may not have a hundreds chart at home. Another choice are base 10 blocks. Again, you might have had these tools in your classroom, and if you'd like to use them today, you can by using a 10 stick as a straight line and a ones as just a little square box. Your third choice is a number line. You have the choice to use the tool that makes the most sense to you. If you feel really good about using one tool, try out another one. Mathematicians are flexible and can use many different representations to show the same thing. Which is the closest 10? What does 47 round to? So I see 47 circled on my hundreds chart here. And I'm wondering which two tens is 47 in between. Well, I can see there's 50 on the same row. And I know 47 has a 10 that comes before it that is 40. Now, some kids like to see those on the same row so that we can move 40 up to where it belongs up here. And we can see that 47, is between 40 and 50. But now we need to know which 10 is 47 closest to. Well, I can see that is 3 numbers away from 50, and 47 is 7 numbers away from 40. So 47 rounds up to 50 because it is closer to 50. Which is the closest 10? What does 47 round to? We're going to try this again with a different tool. We know that 47 is between 40, and I can show that with base 10 blocks. Remember, you can use straight lines to show 10 sticks. So I know 47 is between 40 and 50, and that's what 50 looks like in base 10 blocks. Now we need to add the ones. There are 7 ones in 47. So how many more ones until we get, there are 7 ones in 47. How many more ones do we need to get to 50? Well, there's 48, 49, and 50. So we added 3 more. 47 is 3 ones away from 50. 47 is 7 ones away from 40. So 47 is closer to which 10? 40 or 50? 47 rounds up to 50. All right, we're going to try one more time, this time using a number line. We use the same questions to think about rounding. What are the tens in our number? Well, 47, I hear the 10, 40. When we count by tens, what number do we say after we say 40? Well, let's think. 10, 20, 30, 40. Next comes 50. So 47 is between 40 and 50. In between 40 and 50 is 45. I like to add 45 in the middle so I can see which numbers are on either side of it. Now we add the ones. There are 7 ones in 47. 47 is between 45 and 50. 47 is 7 hops away from the number 40. How many hops on the number line until you get to 50? Well, there's 48, 49, and 50, so there are 3 hops. So 47 is closer to which 10? 40 or 50? It's closer to 50. 47 rounds up to 50. Choose your tool, base 10 blocks or a number line, and try it yourself. Here are some questions to help you. So, which is the closest 10? What is 23 rounded to the nearest 10? Which tens is 23 between? Which 10 is closer? And what's the distance to that 10? Well, let's see. We know that 23 is between 20 and 30. And if I put the 25 in the middle, and then I know 23 is between 20 and 25, now I think about which 10 is closer and how close it is. 23 is 3 numbers away from 20, and it's 7 numbers away from 30. So 23 rounds down to 20. How did you do? Let's try another one. Which is the closest 10? What does 54 round to? Let's look at using 54 using base 10 blocks. Remember, my pictures look like the blocks in your classroom, but if you're using pencil and paper, you can use straight lines for the tens and a small box for the ones. So which tens is 54 between? It's between 50 and 60. Which 10 is closer? Now I need to add the ones. So 54 is 4 numbers away from 50, and it is 6 numbers away from 60. So which 10 is closer? 54 is closer to 50. So it rounds down to 50. Choose your tool, base 10 blocks or a number line, and try it yourself. Here are the same questions to help you. I'm going to use a number line on this one, but your choice on which tool you want to use. What is 76 rounded to the nearest 10? Which 10s is 76 between? You know 76 is between 70 and 80. I like to put in 75 in the middle, and then 76 comes after 75. Now which one is closer? Which 10 is closer? 76 is 4 numbers away from 80, and it is 6 numbers away from 70. So 76 rounds up to 80. Let's play agree or disagree. Carla rounded the number 19 to 20. Do you agree or disagree with Carla? Explain your thinking. I agree with Carla that 19 rounds to 20. What about you? 19 is only one number away from 20, and it is 9 numbers away from 10. So that's why I think it rounds up to 20. Let's try another one. Let's do another one. Eduardo rounded the number 82 to 90. Do you agree or disagree with Eduardo? Explain your thinking. I disagree. 82 is only 2 numbers away from 80, and it is 8 numbers away from 90. So 82 should round down to 80. Do you notice a pattern yet? The numbers in the blue boxes round up to the next 10, and the numbers in the light green boxes round down. There's a pattern to be figured out here. So far, we know that 76, 47, and 19 round up to the next 10. 23, 54, and 82 round down to the lower 10. Why do you think that is? I'll let you think about that for a while. Let's look what happens when we have a 5 in a number and we're trying to round it. 15. 15 is 5 numbers away from 10, and it's 5 numbers away from 20. Let's look at 85. 85 is 5 numbers away from 80, and it's 5 numbers away from 90. So which should the 5s round to? Numbers ending in 5 always round up to the higher 10. So 15 rounds up to 20, and 85 rounds up to 90. What do you think 35 will round to? If you said 40, you're right. Now you try. Round 65 to the nearest 10. 65 rounds up to 70. Now try 45. 45 rounds up to 50. Let's look at that pattern. Have you figured it out yet? If we look at the blue boxes, it looks like numbers that have a ones place, that is a 5, 6, 7, and 9, all round up to the next 10. If we look at the green boxes, it looks like numbers that have a 2, 3, and a 4 in the ones place, all round down to the lower 10. What about 88? With the ideas that we've looked at, how would you round a number that ends in 8? I think 88 would round up to 90 because it's only 2 numbers away. Yep, it turns blue, so it rounds up. What about 61? I think 61 would round down to 60 because it's only one number away from 60. Let's see. Yep, it turns green. It rounds down to the lower 10. Make two boxes on your paper, one for rounds down and one for rounds up. Take a minute and sort these numbers by the rules that we have figured out. You can use number lines or blocks to help you too. Which numbers round up and which numbers round down? Put the numbers in the correct box. You may not have finished yet, and that's okay. If you write down the numbers, you can work on it a little bit later. On the next slide, I'm going to show you the right answers. Check your work. How did you do? 41, 73, and 94 all round down to the lower 10. 68, 89, 37, and 55 all round up to the next 10. As you are working today, you had an opportunity to practice your communication skills by sharing your ideas through writing and drawing mathematical representations. Sharing your thinking through pictures, numbers, and words is a great way to explain your understanding. Let's reflect on your learning. How did you do today working towards our learning goals? Thumbs up, I got it. Thumbs in the middle, I'm still practicing. Or thumbs down, I maybe need to practice some more. I'm learning to determine which 10 a number is closest to. How did you do? And I'm learning to round two-digit numbers to the nearest 10. Show me your thumb. As you are thinking about your learning goals for today, maybe there's something new that you learned that you don't want to forget. Or maybe there's something we talked about today that you still have a question about. Take a minute and write down your reflections on today's lesson and save them for the next time that you're able to talk with your teacher. In today's episode of Math Matters, we learned about rounding two-digit numbers. I'd like to challenge you to think about rounding more numbers and to think about whether rounding three-digit numbers to the nearest 10 follows the same rules and patterns that we explored today. I'm Mrs. Hale. I hope you have a great day and keep on counting.